Have you ever been celebrated for being more than you actually are? Or put another way, has anybody ever given you just a little bit of encouragement that really went a long way in propelling you to be more than you thought you could be? Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel and want to be better tomorrow than you are today, then I'd love for you to join in and follow along and subscribe to the channel. So thank you for being here. Today I want to talk about encouragement and specifically how we can, how I've benefited from receiving it, but also how we can benefit others in a way to really get lots of value. I look at value as something that where there's a lot of value is where you put a little bit in and you get a whole lot out, okay? Encouragement, I think, is one of the most valuable resources that we have, where sometimes just a little bit of encouragement can go a whole long way, okay? I've got an uncle growing up where every time I saw him, he was very encouraging. Dale, what's the new business you're working on? Hey, Dale, how's it going big time? Like, he was always really encouraging, and that went a long way for me where I thought, yeah, you know, he believes in me. I acted differently because of that. And I've had so many other people in my life give me encouragement, and it's been awesome. So one experience that from a value perspective that has really stood out to me, let me give you two. One about a friend, and then maybe one that's a little less applicable, and I'll give that one first. But my dad at one point wanted me to stop drinking caffeine because I used to drink like 2 Dr. Peppers a day as a 12-year-old, okay? So he gave me $5. This was just encouragement, support. I'll give you $5 if you don't drink Dr. Pepper for a month. And I haven't had Dr. Pepper ever since. So I'm like 36, it's been 24 years. A little bit of encouragement, hey, I'll give you $5 if you do this, made a huge difference. So fast forward, about 2 years ago, I ran into an old friend, a friend that I really admired, and I met up with him for lunch. And while I was meeting with him, I saw that his current state in life, his job, how much he was making, the way that he saw himself was very much misaligned with what he actually was doing, or what he was actually capable of. So I wasn't like trying to puff him up, or I didn't even have to get too creative in my encouragement. And really, a tip for encouragement is just imagining the best case scenario for the people around you. And as I was meeting with this person, I thought, my goodness, dude, you're so articulate. You have great management skills. I really think that your current position, you're like very overqualified for that. No, really? Yeah. I was like, yeah, you're totally overqualified. Really, Dale? Okay. He was taking it, but it was new to him. He hadn't been supported in that way before. And it was easy for me. All I did was meet up with him for lunch and talk to him. Great. So a couple weeks go by, and I thought there was an opportunity, kind of a training opportunity, where for $80 there was an event, like a speaking training event. And I thought, you know what? I think he'd really benefit from this because this is very much up his alley. So I offered to pay for him and just say, hey, come with me to this event. It'll be awesome. And he loved it. He totally ate it up. So now I've invested an hour of time. I've invested another $80, okay, into education. So an hour and then $80. And he came back to me 6 months later and told me that his employer, he was actually interviewing for another job, and his employer came back and matched him and gave him a raise of about 25%, okay? So he's, in the end, he was about $10,000 richer because of that. And 6 months later, he got another offer and was raised another 10 grand or so. So we're talking a $20,000 increase just by a little bit of encouragement. I spent 1 hour and $80, and this person, because of this little kickoff, giving encouragement, was able to make an extra $20,000 a year just through that encouragement. I don't take credit for that, but I love the value. I acted as a little lever. I used encouragement as a little lever to move a big rock, right? So who around you in your life needs your support, needs your encouragement? And in order for you to do that, you have to see people for more than they are. If you see them, and I say that meaning call out the good in people and recognize the awesomeness that people have and focus on their strengths and encourage them. So whether that's, hey, friend, if you write in your journal for 60 days in a row, I'll give you, I'll take you and your husband to dinner. I'll take you and your spouse to dinner, or whatever. Little things that you can do to encourage people, to put people down the right path, can be a little expense on your end, but yield huge value for the other people. So encouragement is one of the most, I think, amazing things that we can do for others. And I'd love to hear from you what stories you have of when you've encouraged somebody and when there's been a real value that's come from that. So anyways, there you go. Thank you for joining along, and I will see you on the next video.